Fractured. Mirror. Radio.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Testing.
Testing, can you hear me?
1, 2.
Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2.
Wake up, sleepyheads. It's party time, yeah! It's the sweeping sensation that's sweeping the nation, and I'm gonna do it to you right here, right now. Wow!
Ahoy, mates. The ownership approaches.
Okay, hi. What?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Good, that's good. So,
Hi, Linda.
Arthur? What are you doing here?
I put it in because I thought it'd be funnier that way.
Listen, take the rest of the week off. You're obviously under a lot of tension.
Well, I would love to take the rest of the week off. I would actually like to, I've been working on getting fired from this whole damn radio thing it's been 7 years now, and I'm still here, and I don't know what's going on. I've done every possible, conceivable, offensive thing I can. I've broken things. I peed on the floor over there in the corner.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago. It's probably fine now.
I'm sorry, I'm interrupting. Oh God, were you guys making out?
No, this is not the Make Out podcast. It's something totally different. And it's not the Dwight podcast either. This is a totally new deal.
What should we be working on while you guys are talking?
Well, here's step one. Work on shutting the hell up. And let us do this damn thing. And go, just go play with something. And don't, nothing with electricity. And don't light anything on fire. And if you have that damn potato gun, put it back in your car. You might as well stay outside while you're out there. So, right, for now, let's get the introductions out of the way. That's a proper thing to do, I think.
I would think so.
I am not Gene Simmons. I'm not you.
Well, that's good.
I don't have boobies. So I'm Charlie Copeland, and I am American, and I live in Framingham, Massachusetts, and that's about all you need to know for now. Anything else, and I'll have to kill you. And you're not Charlie Copeland.
No, I am not. I am Linda Simak, and I'm Canadian.
Canadian. That's right, I said Canadian. Because she's not one of those in-your-face Canadians. She's just a normal person like you and me, only Canadian. Good for her. You know, I think the two of you would be great friends.
I'm sure we would.
Oh, Mary, do you mean it?
No, I don't know anything about her.
So her shrill Canadian voice sounds tramp-like to you?
I do not have a strong opinion one way or the other.
Care for a Canadian lager?
Oh, put that away.
Fine. Mary, this Canadian bacon is good stuff. Would you like some?
I don't think I've ever had Canadian bacon.
Oh, Mary, you've been having it for the last 4 years.
I know that didn't need to be in there, but I'm not sorry. It's funnier that way. And that's all that matters.
Are you sure you want to be a nightclub comic?
Okay, so, introductions. Oh, we did that.
Yeah, we did.
What's next? About the station. Okay, so, this is Fractured Mirror Radio, as you heard at the beginning with the glasses. I mean, the mirror smashing and all that. And, by the way, should tell you right now, if you hear a lot of motorcycles and fire engines and planes crashing right outside the damn window. That happens when I start recording. Because we don't have a soundproof studio. We are not actually 20 stories underground on Boundary Peak Island, 20 miles off the coast of Massachusetts, like I used to claim. So, we're right next to the window where fire trucks come by right when I start recording. People can't just wait to have a fire later.
Yes, how inconsiderate of them.
Yeah, that's what I said. Alright, so anyway, this is Fracture Mirror Radio. And for the longest time, I used to do what was known as a political rant radio show. It was almost outlaw radio. And you could take that literally if you wanted to. But I've stopped doing that, and I'm not doing that no more, like ever again, because it just roils up the blood. So what I've decided to do since then, the radio station has been in operation since 2006. And for a long time, me and its other co-founder, Amy Copeland, broadcast 24/7, whatever the hell we wanted. And there was always a steady amount of Kiss in there. So, that's what the damn station was for to begin with. That's why I bought it to begin with. I don't hear a lot of Kiss on the radio. I don't, this is not 1975, and I can't just go start up my own Kiss army, like Bill Starkey. You'll find out about him. But I did have the wherewithal to buy a radio station, and broadcast whatever the hell I wanted on there. So Amy used to do weekly Kiss shows, as many of you may still remember, which were never archived. And then on January 12th, 2010, Amy died. And I mothballed the radio station and said I would just never do it again. I don't need to do this no more. It was tedious and, not back-breaking labor or nothing, but she was the co-founder and the reason I bought the damn radio station in the first place. And then, now that she was gone, what the hell do I need the radio station for? But at some point, near the end, she reminded me that if something would have happened to her, she wants this radio station to continue and for me to do whatever I want with it. So, the natural order of progression is Kiss Podcast. Damn it. I don't know why, all these years later, 7 years in, I don't know why I haven't been doing one of these the whole time. So, that's what's going to happen from here on out with this radio station for the foreseeable future. And that could mean many, many, many years. And that's what you have to suffer through.
I think I can handle it.
So, guess we just jump into the whole thing now.
Okay, well, that's random.
By the way, this, I shouldn't say this on air, but I'm going to. Feel free to get all kind of sweary and whatever you want to say. The whole, just, this is you're now the co-owner for this whole deal, so you say whatever you want, have your own opinion, swear all you like.
Oh, Jesus Christ, hot damn.
That's how these Canadians are. All they ever do is swear. Hey, the motorcycle out there? And now we've been talking, so I can't edit that out. But all these Canadians, they spend all their time riding polar bears and swearing and wondering why they don't have electricity yet.
Excuse me?
That's what you said when you got here.
Yeah, okay. Don't forget about the igloos.
Yes, igloos. Alright, so anyway. First, I want to point out, since this is a brand new Kiss podcast, I've come to a revelation. A realization that is also a revelation. So, it's a revelization.
There you go with your fancy new language again.
With your fancy armpit hair.
God damn it, Bobby, go to your room.
Say it right, Frenchie. It's chowder.
Chowder? Where'd that come from?
Oh, you're Canadian.
I don't eat chowder. It's you,
You're saying that wrong. It's not chowder. It's chowder.
Yeah. It's you Bostonians that do that, not me.
When we end up in Canada, you can make fun of me all you like. But for right now, you're temporarily a default American.
That's funny.
All right, now we come to the part where we should probably get to. See, there's the things I have to cover in this. That Linda said I must, like right now, she said we must discuss how long we've been Kiss fans, or else she will beat me again. You don't think I'm kidding? I have to go to sleep with her tonight.
Never complained before.
Well, you publicly no, but she beats me all the time.
That was mean.
All right, so how long have you been a Kiss fan? Miss beat me all the time.
Yeah, lay off. Let me see. Oh, I'm not gonna say too much in years, because then that just tells everybody how old I am.
I have a hint for everybody. She's 26. Okay, then, about when-ish were you first, quote-unquote, exposed to Kiss, then?
Oh, in my teens.
Along with the rest of the whole world?
Pretty much.
Right, so, it's safe to say, what's the first Kiss song you ever heard?
Oh, gosh. It, quite honestly, might have been Beth.
Would you have heard that on the radio, you think?
Yeah, more than likely.
They actually do have radio in Canada.
Hey!
They pipe it into their igloos.
Oh, give me a break.
With the heat. Because when they boil up all the walruses, that's how they heat their igloos. And sometimes they actually have working toilets.
No. You're getting an outhouse.
With the igloo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can sleep in the igloo. I'm going to sleep in the house. Not the outhouse, the actual house.
Remember in Star Wars when they cut that kangaroo-looking deal open and shoved Luke Skywalker in there and Han Solo said, "And I thought they smelled bad on the outside."
Uh-huh.
Are there those animals up there in Canada?
I've never seen one.
Okay, that's a plus.
Anyway, this isn't about Canada. This is about Kiss.
The beating will begin in another 15 minutes or so. Alright, so anyway, it would be safe to say you heard Beth on the radio in, let's say, 1976 when it happened. Yes?
Yeah, that probably sounds about right.
I mean, it was a worldwide smash hit. It was on the radio everywhere. So, you would have first probably have been exposed to Kiss in 1976. Have you been a Kiss fan your whole life?
Yeah. I may not have been as avid as many of you fans out there, but I've always liked them.
Alright, that's fair to say. So, like the rest of the planet that had electricity and radio, except for the Borneo rainforest and Brazil and all over Africa, everybody else, let's say 2/3 of the planet probably heard Beth in 1976. So, you along with a billion or two other people really get your first, I hate to keep using the word exposure, but you got your first exposure to Kiss in 1976. Did that cause you to become a fan, or did you just were you just there for everything else when the lick it up phase happened and all that?
Well, see, that's hard to say. I know Kiss. I like Kiss.
Well, you don't have much choice when you're stuck around me all the time.
True, but I don't know about the different phases in their music, and I don't know. I'm not. See, all you fans out there are going to realize you're going to be teaching me a lot here because I don't know as much as all of you do.
Well, that's what this is for. And like I said, you really don't have a lot of choice in the matter, considering I'm the one that's always running around, Kiss this, Kiss that. Oh, go look at this on the Kiss website, and constantly playing the damn Kiss music, and of all the songs that I give you over the years, for in that folder that says "For My Baby," there's a good of the 200 something in there. There's a good 50 or so applicable Kiss songs that I've given you or will eventually give you. And so you don't really have a lot of choice but to be right in front of this whole Kiss thing, whether you want to or not. And I refer back to the Kiss Meets the Phantom movie.
Oh, yes. Yes, I remember that.
And that fiasco. And by the way, I should point out right now that the name of this podcast, since I didn't say it early like I should have, will for now and forever be known as the Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Podcast. Yep.
Yep.
So, where was I? Where were you?
You were talking about the movie.
Oh my God. Alright, so let's go back to the earliest days here. By proxy, just by virtue of your being here, you will, over time, however long this goes, and like I said, it could go years and years, you will, one by one, hear every song on every album, even the compilations and the live albums and the best of and the solo stuff, and even the other solo stuff from after particular members left the band. So, not just with the other fans who will also teach you things by virtue of you just being here and doing this podcast with me. You're going to hear everything they have ever done, and maybe even a lot more, because there's still a lot of Kiss fans who are new to this whole thing and haven't heard everything yet. And we get, as you've seen, I have a few thousand demos from all the early years and throughout the 280 years of Kiss. All the demos are all sitting in, every demo they've ever done is all sitting in its own folder. So you're going to hear everything. You've seen the Kiss Meets the Phantom movie, you've seen Detroit Rock City, you've seen some of Gene Simmons' other real stinker movies on his own. Trick or Treat, the Wanted Dead or Alive. You've seen them. You've seen the whole reunited band in that Millennium show. We have all of Gene's other movies that at some point I'll have to make you sit there and suffer through all those too, because they're just not good. I don't know why Gene Simmons ever thought just because the Kiss thing was happening he was also an actor. But maybe it's because Hasselhoff and the dude with the sleeves from Miami Vice and John Schneider, well, just because I'm on TV now I'm also a musician.
And we all know how well that went.
Yeah. So we'll have the whole worldwide Kiss Army come along and help you out the whole way from before 1970 all the way through till now and beyond, however long we do this here. And let's just say I can venture a guess that you will be either a rabid Kiss fanatic like the rest of us at the end, or even partly toward the end, partly through this whole thing, or you will just end up sick of the whole thing. By the way, is it any coincidence that I used the Fractured Mirror name for the name of the radio station to begin with, Fractured Mirror Radio?
What do you compute, Space Ace?
Insufficient data at the moment, Star Child.
Okay, so let's try this then. How do you think this whole show should go? From right now.
From right now?
Yeah. What's our next step?
I honestly don't know.
Alright, well, since, I mean, you've heard a lot of Kiss stuff. Yeah. Again, by virtue of your just being here, you don't have much choice in it. I'm going to be playing it, and, you know, if you'd rather hear Jim Croce and Time in a Bottle, there's a time for that too, but it's not now. And how about this instead? First of all, before I say anything about the song, the listeners can't tell, but we just ate sandwiches.
Nom, 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 nom.
So, I was going to say something. Oh, yeah, so I'm a little appalled at my damn self for not having done something right from the beginning with the introductions.
Okay.
So, this is a secret. Don't tell anybody. This is a secret just for you and me and Linda and every living human being that will listen to this show. But don't tell the aliens, and don't tell fictional characters. Linda's my fiance.
What did she look like? Come on, come on. She's got big boobs, doesn't she?
Somehow I stole a Canadian and brought her here.
We're gonna get to see her boobs.
No,
But no.
you're gonna get it.
No, she's stealing me to take back to Canada with her.
Canada? You know, I think Canada closes at 9:30.
Okay, so anyway, that last one there was Peter Criss's early band called Lips. That was after Chelsea, but before Kiss. It's You're My Woman, because you're my woman,
Yes, I am.
whether you like it or not.
No comment.
And so there's just one of many, many, many thousands of demos. And I figure for the first show, we'll play a couple demos so you can get the feel of what Kiss was before it was actually Kiss. And the feel of these four weirdos who, for better or worse, wanted to make something out of themselves in the music industry and wanted to be the biggest thing there was. Throughout, and you had to have seen this with your, even if it was limited exposure during the 70s, you had to have seen that they actually did become the biggest thing there was.
Yeah, we're pretty big.
Even with the disco era crap. Well, see, I call it crap, but over the years I fell in love with that stuff. Although at the time, I bought Dynasty and Unmasked and Music from the Elder, and when I got them home, I ripped them open and threw them on the record player, and then asked myself and the record player, what the hell is this? I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand what just happened. But I listened to it anyway because it was Kiss and I spent my money on it, and I stood in line to get it, so I might as well listen. Although I didn't like it at the time, I love all of it now. That's not to say I love everything Kiss has ever done. And I want to point that out right now. You don't have to love everything Kiss has ever done. That's not a requirement. You can hate certain stuff, just like a lot of other people do. And before we play next song, I want to point out here that because of a particular other podcast called Podkissed, you've seen it. I've been taking those with me every day to listen to at work. So I've been listening to the Podkissed with James Hager and Gary Scheller and Ken Mills, and the one of their episodes they just did today. I hate to say I don't remember the guy's name, but Matt, a guy named Matt, has a section in the show that is called I don't even know what the part of the show is called. Anyway, it's a guy named Matt who's a writer who does a lot of writing about Kiss, and he wrote this piece here that he read on the podcast, and it really helped me to see Tommy Thayer for the musician that he is, not just that imposter wearing Ace's makeup. And so I told you a long time ago, imposter this, fake fraud that, and I just won't see them live now because I have no respect for Tommy and all that crap.
Yes, I have.
Alright, so it's actually episode 45 of Podcast, which, by the way, you can listen to at podcast.com, podcast.com. I just want to point that out in the spirit of, what would you call that? Helping each other move forward or something?
Yeah.
Mutual.
Spirit of the Brotherhood of Kiss.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna plug their damn show every time we do one. So, in that spirit, it's Podcast. Podcast. And in their show number 45, let's see here. There's a new segment called Mainline, where producer-musician Matt Walters provides an insightful editorial on all things Kiss. So, in that particular episode, he talked all about Tommy Thayer and convinced me once and for all these years later, I'm to respect Tommy Thayer and accept him as a damn member of Kiss once and for all. And I need to do that right here, publicly, because I spent too many years not respecting Eric Carr and not accepting him as the replacement for Peter Criss. And then he died. So, all these years later, I still feel bad that I never gave Eric Carr the credit that he deserved. And so now, having listened to that podcast episode today, I just want to say publicly, I've turned my back on what I originally thought about Tommy Thayer, not paying his dues and all that. And I guess I'll just say right now, I'm an official Tommy Thayer fan. Now, I've had this discussion with a lot of other Kiss fans, and you, yes?
Yeah.
About how I didn't respect Tommy. And he's got no right to wear that makeup and the icon boots and all that. But truth is, the guy is part of Kiss, and he is helping to keep Kiss going. And he might be there after Gene and Paul are not there. So I'm just gonna, from now on, for the future, just go ahead and stop all that crap, shit talking Tommy Thayer. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, that their You're My Woman song is part of what got us where we are now, from 1970 to now. So, what do you think of that?
It was a good song. I liked it.
I love it. And I'm not just saying that because it's, oh, I love all Kiss stuff, regardless of how, there's a lot of it that sucks. There's a lot of it that Kiss themselves will say sucks. But I love the demos. Not all of them, but I love that one. And I also love this one.
When now before couldn't wear like no one you ever saw, yeah. Played in a band that practiced all day long. Shrink told his mama, schooling's gotta go. I've seen cases like this before. Your boy's been vaccinated with a Victrola needle. He's hooked on rock and roll. Oh yeah, right. Well now mama asked the doctor, well is there something I can do? Doc said no you can't cure his soul once it's infected with a blue. Well now most I found just travel round and your boy's cut from that molar. He's been vaccinated with a Victrola controlling needle. He's hooked on rock and roll. Oh, yeah, yeah, right. Well, now, when you find you got no mind to work 9 to 5. When there's just no way, baby, bring home that pay. Let's do rock and rock, rock away. Well, Mama told me long ago, she said, baby, want a future, quit your rock and roll. I said, Mama, you're never gonna see it go home. Well, she's been saying since time began, cut your hair, baby, please be a man. But I've been vaccinated with the controlling needle. I'm hooked on rock and roll. Oh, yeah, yeah, right. Well, now, when you find you got no mind to 9 to 5. Well, there's just no way, baby, bring her home that day. Best you rock and rock, rock away. Well, Mama told me long ago, she said, baby, want a future, quit your rock and roll. I said, Mama, you're never gonna see it go. Well, she was saying since time began, cut your hair, won't you please be a man. But I've been vaccinated, the controlling needle. I'm hooked on rock and roll. Well, you know I'm hooked on rock and roll. Can't you tell I've been hooked on rock and roll? Oh, yeah.
So that there was that's the original demo version of Pete's Hooked on Rock and Roll from his solo album 1978. And I'll just tell you right now, you know, when I take a whole bunch of Kiss stuff with me on the big iPod for work, just to listen to Kiss all day long, which I do a lot, really frequently. The studio version on Pete's solo album, Hooked on Rock and Roll, comes with me every time, and when that comes on, I'll usually listen to it 10, 15 times in a row. And it finishes, back it up. Finishes, back it up. That's one of my favorite songs ever. I don't want to get into a big solo albums discussion right now, but when we do, you'll find out why I love that whole album far and away more than you've heard some of Gene's stuff, When You Wish Upon a Star and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a whole nother album that I just didn't understand. I listened to it, didn't know what was going on. Same with Paul. He had a couple of rockin' songs on there, but I didn't understand that whole album either. Even though that was the prototypical Kiss sound on a Kiss album. And Aces was the hardest rockin' one. You'll hear all this when we get to the discussions about the solo albums. But far and away, Pete's was the best with that whole jazz stuff and even some R&B in there. But that their original demo of Hooked on Rock and Roll, almost everything on his solo album from 1978 is from his demo years, from before Kiss with Lips and Chelsea. And while we were playing that song, you mentioned that the beginning of it sounded like something you've heard before.
Yeah, it sounded like that song. I'm not even sure if I've got the title of the song right, but Everybody Loves to Get Stoned. It had that kind of feel to the song when I first started hearing it, before hearing any of the words being sung.
I suppose a proper radio host would either have the Bob Dylan version you're talking about or go get it right now. And I'll do that in the future, but for right now, we'll just I'll say that you're right. That's an astute observation, but that's where a lot of this, all these guys in Kiss, and they were all influenced by the Beatles and Elvis, and Pete was, his whole thing was jazz and swing and big band stuff, and Gene Krupa. So they all had their influences too, and they, for better or worse, there's not really a lot you can come up with in music nowadays that, um, doesn't eventually sound like a ripoff of somebody else's, something they did back in the 60s and 70s. Everybody says, well, a lot of stuff sounds like Led Zeppelin, because Led Zeppelin was the first one to come around and do, Led Zeppelin kind of stuff. So everything's going to sound, you can read into whatever you want. Everything is going to sound like early Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, or like you just said, Bob Dylan.
Okay. See, that's what I mean. I didn't even put that together with Bob Dylan, but I just recognized the sound of the song.
Well, pretty much all rock and roll comes from somewhere. This late into the game, there's not really anything. There's a lot of innovative stuff, but it's not really new. It draws on something somebody else did. And even, you go back to the Beatles and Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath and everybody else back then, they all drew their influence from the original R&B and blues, particularly, and early rock and roll. The black folks that's what started the rock and roll to begin with, and then it all snowballed. So everything's going to sound like everybody else. And, this is 2013. Imagine what it's going to sound like 30 more years from now. Everybody's going to sound like everybody else.
Wow, that's certainly different from what we're all used to hearing now.
Not only that, it's also audio proof with a motorcycle outside. It's audio proof that in 1971, Pete already had Beth written, recorded, composed and recorded. It's right there on Lips Record. So, to the few people in the Kiss camp who claim Paul and Gene wrote the damn song and then gave it to Pete, and then laugh at him every time he goes out there singing on the stool in front of all the women with the spotlight just on him. Bullshit. Right there is the proof. Before he ever met Kiss, or Gene and Paul, and formed Kiss, that song was ready to go and on a record.
No, there's no denying it there.
So, you know what? Let's just end this one right here on that note.
Sounds good.
Alright, so, wasn't exactly a grand slam home run or anything, but this is a brand new podcast. What do you want from me? Get off my back.
We're just starting out. You'll hear more.
And from now on, hopefully, you'll hear more of Linda. Get a lot more monologue-ish.
Yeah. You're usually complaining that I never shut up.
I have never said that.
That's for your crack about beating you all the time.
Let the beatings begin. Alright, so that's it for tonight, for this show. It weighed heavily with Peter Criss demos, only because I primarily want to play a lot of demos in all these shows. A lot of live cuts too, but I want the demos to speak for most of what Kiss is now, because it all came from back then. Next time, whatever the next time is, I've already listened to it a million times. Next time, hopefully there'll be no more damn motorcycles outside. The next time we'll analyze the Wicked Lester Sessions record in its entirety and all the demos that go with that.
Okay.
Oh, here comes the fire truck. See? As I got on note, they waited 47 minutes. Couldn't wait another 5. So we'll do the Wicked Lester Sessions whole album, alternate cuts, demos, and everything else. And you'll see where a lot of that stuff ended up becoming smash hit Kiss stuff later in their careers also. And you can weigh in with all your opinions on all the bells and whistles and flutes and harmonica, xylophone. No, not the xylophone. What's the one where you...
Accordion.
Accordion, yeah. It's all in there. I actually think they even had some bird sounds. So we'll get to that next time. Whatever next time is. So for now, that's it. I'm Charlie Copeland.
And I'm Linda Simek.
And that's it. We'll close out with this.
To honor America and the many individuals defending our country worldwide, please stand and remove your hats. As for the first time in NFL history, legendary Kiss guitarist Ace Frehley performs our national anthem.
Peace out.